Hello, teacher friends. So it has been several months since I last recorded a video of how to set up your tracker, and I've made a lot of changes since then. So I wanted to make a new video, frankly, and hopefully this is a little cleaner than my previous video. So our weekly tracker, it is created based off of a template that I've been using all semester, and that some of the improvements we've made are here. We did each slide for the day itself instead of a giant checklist because we really wanted to drive the students to complete things on a daily basis. So what I want to show you here today is how you can create this into a Hyperdocument from your Google Classroom. So here on Monday's task, I wanted them to watch a lesson. They're going to be taking notes in their packet, good old normal math. So I would highlight whatever words I wanted to become the hyperlink, and I'll just take the word lesson. You can either click the hyperlink or Control K, I think is the quick key. So once I have that window open, I'm going to pop over to my Google Classroom. I already forgot what I was doing here. All right, the lesson on exponential growth and decay. So that would be a materials, and I've already created the Google Classroom attachments. That's a totally different video, right? And we have a lesson here on exponential growth and decay. I'm going to copy the link and then go back over here and paste the link in, Control V. All right, and I'm always paranoid that I didn't do that right, so I always double check. If I click on this link, it'll bring up another browser tab and take me straight to the right place where I want the students to be. So their lesson includes the PDF of the notes, which they already have in their packet, the teacher slides, and then the video. One of the changes we've made since August was to not put the assignments in with the lessons to make them their own things on Google Classroom. So speaking of assignments, the next thing they have to do is a worksheet titled Applications of Exponentials. So again, I'm going to make a hyperlink. I'm going to hit Control K this time, brings up that box. So you'll notice it's still a materials tab here in Google Classroom. That's because I'm not actually having them turn it in on Google Classroom. So we're going to copy the link and paste that baby in. If we were to click on that hyperlink, it would take them to that particular piece of the Google Classroom where it's just a PDF of the worksheet, but also with a note that says, hey, you have this in your packet. All right, so finally, on this day, I would want to redirect them to a slide that comes later up in this presentation, in this Hyperdoc. So it's the reflection, task 3. So when I Control K, this time I'm going to drop down this arrow here. It says slides and presentation. And I don't really memorize where they are, but you'll notice the things that have titles, they show up in the title over here. So apparently it's slide 9, it's task 3. And again, I'm very paranoid, so I might check it out, make sure it takes them to the right one. Yep, task 3, very good. All right, so that's a quick rundown of how you can take what essentially is a pretty boring lesson plan and hyperlink them so it takes them directly to the right part of the Google Classroom. The same idea could be extended to a simple Google Doc. If you have just a plain lesson plan, a weekly lesson plan, and you have a table of sorts where, here's our tasks for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you could still hyperlink them in the exact same way. The reason I went with a Google slide is because as they move through their days, that's not all that exists within this presentation, in this Google Slides presentation. There's all these extra tasks that are in here that I try to ask them higher order thinking skills, maybe some manipulation, like here they have an activity they have to rearrange the formula. And these are all things that I grade at the end of the week once they turn in this assignment. So the beauty of having a tracker like this is it's very great for our students who need some visual organization. We streamlined it so that, Monday is its own task, and then obviously they move on to Tuesday and so on. You'll notice I haven't hyperlinked anything here, but that would be my next step in finishing up this tracker. The feedback from students has been amazing about the usage of the tracker as opposed to just navigating through Google Classroom because, as a parent who's worked with students during e-learning, I don't care how organized you think your Google Classroom is, there's still a ton of confusion as to when do we do what and in what order. And, God forbid the teacher puts the things in the wrong order. So having a child navigate through this at any age is really just a big task. And it's not that hard for our teachers to stop and just create a Hyperdoc that takes them to the exact right spot. So the only thing that my students actually have to access from Google Classroom is their weekly tracker. Once they open that weekly tracker one time, it's then in their Google Drive, and they know every morning when they start their work, they just pull up week whatever tracker, whatever they're working on. All right, I hope you found this video slightly informative and helpful. And if you know me, feel free to contact me with any questions and I can share anything you need. All right, good luck, everybody.